I did that. I really do not know why I did that. Oh, had to get Spider-Man movies. Everybody, Ryan here. Today I'm going to be giving you guys my review for my most anticipated film of 2014, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Yes, I did not say it was my most anticipated film of the summer, not of the month of May, of the entire year. Before I get into the plot, what I liked, what I disliked, all of that stuff, I'm going to give you a rundown on the Sam Raimi trilogy and the new reboot and what is my favorite, favorite to least favorite, all that jazz. So we start off with Spider-Man 1. A good, really good movie, a good nostalgic movie for me, I guess. I don't love it or anything. Spider-Man 2, the best out of Sam Raimi's trilogy. Still, I don't love it or anything. I think it's okay. Spider-Man 3, I enjoy it. It definitely has a lot of cool action scenes. That's all I can say. The special effects are awful. I watched it last night. It was on TV, and I watched some of it. The special effects are so bad in this movie, but it's enjoyable. It's an enjoyable, fun movie for me, I guess. I enjoy watching it. And The Amazing Spider-Man reboot. This is my favorite Spider-Man movie out of all of them. Out of the Sam Raimi trilogy, including this one, this is my favorite Spider-Man movie. I loved that Mark Webb brought into this the darker tone, but it still has a better Peter Parker / Spider-Man, in my opinion. Andrew Garfield, he does better than Tobey Maguire, in my opinion. I feel the action's very well handled. I didn't like the fact that we had to go through the origin story again, but this is still one of the one of my top 5 movies of 2012, and it's a great movie. I really enjoy it. Not a lot of people love it as much as I do. It's one of my favorite superhero movies. Amazing Spider-Man is my favorite Spider-Man movie. The Sam Raimi trilogy as a whole is just kind of mediocre to me. I don't find it to be all that amazing, but it's enjoyable for what it is, I guess. Some of it's very fun. Some of it is just incredible. Like the train sequence in Spider-Man 2 is outstanding. But other than that, the Sam Raimi trilogy is okay for me, but The Amazing Spider-Man is the essential Spider-Man for me. But now let's get on to my review for Amazing Spider-Man 2. Now, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is, of course, a sequel to the 2012 reboot directed by Mark Webb, starring Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone. This one has a great cast with Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone coming back. We have Sally Field as Aunt May. We have 3 new villains in the mix. We have Electro, Max Dillon, played by Jamie Foxx, the Green Goblin, played by Dane DeHaan, and Harry Osborn. And then we have Paul Giamatti, who's only in the movie for 3 minutes, as the Rhino. And this one is coming right off of the first one. We get to learn more about what happened to Peter's parents. We learned about it for the majority of it in the first film, but it did not show it. In this one, you get the full effect. You see the whole thing. I'm not going to spoil anything for you. But with The Amazing Spider-Man, the first film, right here, I have it right here, the first one. I'm going to have to spoil this one in order to talk about the synopsis for The Amazing Spider-Man 2. At the end of The Amazing Spider-Man, when Gwen Stacy's father is dying due to the lizard, due to him trying to take the lizard down, he tells Peter that he needs to stay away from Gwen and that he does not want her to get hurt. He needs to deal with his relationship with Gwen. He needs to deal with the fact that he's the only thing that Aunt May has left, considering Uncle Ben died. And also we have 3 new villains that Oscorp is sending to Spider-Man in order to kill him. We have Electro, the Green Goblin, who is Harry Osborn, and the Rhino. I honestly think that I'm probably one of the only ones that has stayed with my initial opinion for The Amazing Spider-Man 1. I still love this movie after seeing it like 10 times on Blu-ray. I love this movie so much. It was the essential Spider-Man movie for me. And when it came out, not too many people were happy about it. I mean, when they first released that they were making a reboot, people were very saddened about that. I was surprised. I was actually kind of happy because, again, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Sam Raimi's trilogy. It's fun. I like aspects of it, but I don't think it's the essential Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man is the essential Spider-Man to me. And I was so, and I mean, emphasis on so, cannot explain how happy I was to be able to go see this. I had the biggest smile on my face walking into the theater. I was just anticipating this movie so much, and when it finally came, I just the happiest kid ever. And I have to say that The Amazing Spider-Man is not only the perfect way to start off the 2014 summer movie season with incredible special effects and beautiful action sequences, but it is also one of the single best superhero movies I have ever seen in my entire life. This movie is getting absolutely slammed by critics. This is a completely mixed movie, but the majority of people either hate it or just were not impressed with it. I am one of the only ones that I know of that just adored this movie to no end. As you all know, The Dark Knight is the best superhero and the best movie I've ever seen in my entire life. The Dark Knight, easily the best movie I've ever seen. Honestly, when I walked out of the theater for Amazing Spider-Man 2, I've never been so satisfied with a movie since I saw The Dark Knight or The Dark Knight Rises. Honestly, these two movies mean the world to me. These are two of the best films I've ever seen in my entire life. And walking out of The Amazing Spider-Man, it gave me the same exact feeling, and I cannot help but tell you guys my true feelings for this movie. I'm not gonna be the guy that just agrees with everybody that loves this movie. I loved every single moment that happened in this movie. There was not one dull moment for me. There was nothing is wrong with this movie. There's, in my personal opinion, everybody will disagree with me. I know they're gonna nitpick the hell out of this movie, but I'm not saying that's a bad thing. There probably are flaws apparent, but when you're looking at a movie that you are so excited for, that you just are anticipating so much, and when you see it and it surpasses all your expectations, you throw those flaws out the window and you enjoy yourself. And that's exactly what I did. And I don't find any flaws with the movie. I find the movie to be a perfect movie. I find it to have the incredible acting. Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone have some of the best chemistry I've ever seen in a film, and in a superhero movie, easily the best chemistry I've seen in a superhero movie ever. They do great in the movie. Andrew Garfield is the perfect Spider-Man. That is definitely conveyed in this film. In my opinion, best Spider-Man. Emma Stone is great as Gwen Stacy. Sally Field is amazing. Jamie Foxx's Electro is so good. He does have a great side to make you feel for his character, which was really cool. And the movie as a whole is it's just incredible. I mean, the acting is great. The special effects are outstanding. I love the way that Mark Webb directed it. He directed it in a way where he used a lot of the special effects to his advantage, of course. But it was such a stylistic manner. In fact, they used a lot of slow motion, which is very, very cool, where there would be something that would happen, and he would just freeze the entire movie and have the camera pan around and just show every little thing that is happening around him. And it is so awesome. It's such a great scene, especially there's a scene that goes down in Times Square, which I'm not going to get into spoilers. That will definitely be for another video. But that is one of the best scenes in the movie for me. The Times Square moment is fantastic. Jamie Foxx's Electro is great. Dane DeHaan is one of my favorite up-and-coming actors. I love him in Chronicle, and I was just really happy with his character. I mean, he portrayed Harry Osborn really well, and as the Green Goblin, he's a really creepy Green Goblin. He has a very creepy laugh, and again, he's not in the movie all that much, but that's due to the fact that they're probably going to put him in the sequel. That's all I think of. They're putting him in the third movie. That's all I can know. That's all I know of right now. They saved a lot of things for the end, but Electro is easily the main villain. The sequences involving Spider-Man flying through the city with his webs is amazing. Mark Webb knows how to direct those perfectly. There's a moment after the whole intro of the film, when you first see Spider-Man, it's in the trailer where he's just free-falling from this just really high up spot. He's free-falling, and his suit is moving, he's flying, and then all of a sudden he just shoots a web and he just flies into New York City. And it is awesome. It makes you feel like you're there. And I didn't even see it in IMAX or 3D, and I felt like I was there. I saw it in regular, and it was incredible, and I loved it. It almost brought tears to my eye, because I've always been a huge fan of Spider-Man. After seeing this, it's my second favorite superhero behind behind Batman. And I've never, in the Sam Raimi movies, I don't think the flying sequences were done all that great. In this, they are done perfectly, where it makes you feel like you're there, and that's what I feel like every superhero movie should do. It makes you feel like you're a part of the action. The action sequences are incredible. They're so intense and so entertaining to watch. The emotional moments are perfect. They hit so well, especially at a moment in the final act in which Andrew Garfield needs to show some incredible emotional drama, and it is fantastic. He knocks it out of the park with that scene. One of my favorite scenes in the entire film. I'm geeking out right now. I love this movie. This video is probably about 12 minutes long, but I needed to get my thoughts out there. The Amazing Spider-Man is the best film of the year for me so far. It's going to be incredibly hard to beat. I am still thinking about this movie. I did see it only 2 days ago, but I'm still thinking about it. I've never really seen a movie other than The Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises that really had made me think about it as much as it made me think about this. I'm probably going to watch Amazing Spider-Man soon, just because I'm in the great mood. I'm in Amazing Spider-Man mood, and I've been watching the Spider-Man films over the Sam Raimi ones, and I love this movie. If you have the same thoughts and feelings, definitely to let me know, because I feel like I'm the only one. I love The Amazing Spider-Man. It is my second 5 out of 5 of the year, and I really hope you guys enjoyed my review for Amazing Spider-Man 2. I will try. I'm not going to promise you, but I will try to make a spoiler-filled discussion sometime in the near future. Maybe later after I see it a second time, because I'm going to try to convince my mom to let me go see this again in maybe 3D or something, because I love the experience. It was fantastic. But Amazing Spider-Man, 5 out of 5 stars. Amazing Spider-Man 2, for that matter. Amazing Spider-Man 2, 5 out of 5 stars. I love the movie. It's my favorite movie of 2014 so far. I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Please subscribe, and more movie reviews on the way, so I'll see you guys later.